All right. Okay, everyone. Like I was saying, Valor and Victory, the Stalingrad DLC. We're going to play another one of the scenarios set up here. We can look at the orders of battle for the enemy, for us. We do have some AT rifles. The PTRD-41 is a 14.5 millimeter anti-tank rifle. I don't know its penetration values, but the Panzerkampfwagen 4D is of limited armor. It's not terribly great, but so that's we got to keep that in mind. As they also have AT grenades. If we get close enough to them, they can mess with us there. For our two tanks, we got some artillery. Right. So just go over the scenario. There is, and I know some people have asked, there is a scenario editor, and the ability, though, I was just looking at it quickly, but I'm not sure all the details, the ability to download other people's scenarios, just so that you know. But we're going to be playing the railway station today. 6 turns. Starting player's axis as default. You can swap over if you want. Normally, on most of these scenarios, it is the aggressive side is set as the default player, though the AI, you can, if you want to defend, you can have the AI attack, and it will attack. It's just, the AI level, that whether that's good or bad, and that's just the thing. Okay, the attacker must control 2 objectives at the end of the last turn to win. All right, so September 16th, 1942, South Suburbs, Stalingrad. As the German assault on Stalingrad intensifies, Soviet General I.V. Zhukov of the 62nd Army is finally allowed to commit some reserves into the embattled city. This includes the 13th Guards Rifle Division, hurriedly ferried across the Volga without vehicles or heavy weapons. They are shoved into the worst part of the fighting, the gigantic Stalingrad No. 1 rail station. This location once changed hands 14 times in 6 hours within 3 days of desperately horrific fighting. The 10,000 men of the 13th Guards were down to just 500 survivors. Here we see remnants of the 1st Battalion, 42nd Guards Rifle Regiment of the 13th Guards Rifle Division trade blows with intermingled grenadier platoons of the German 71st Infantry Division, Infantry Regiment 149th, and tanks of the 24th Panzer Division. All right, let me make a couple of comments. One, it is generally, sorry, I'm just moving around here a little bit. It is generally, both on paper, as well as even more so in fact, Soviet units are much weaker than you might think by the name of the term battalion, regiment, and division, or earlier army up here. In the 30s, Soviet forces, Soviet units, like a division, like a hello, Mr. Gonzal. Thank you for the Prime subscription. Really appreciate you here very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The formations were very large. So a division was very large, a brigade was very large, a battalion. They were large formations. This is, I think, because of several reasons. One was the perceived way of, shall we say, fighting was going to happen. Look at more of, Napoleonic kind of tactics, in which you have large formations. You really, in those days, write out orders and tell them to go do things. So you have a large brigade moving around, and you can have a fewer numbers of officers, sort of more mass formations. Well, because of things that are going on within the Soviet Union, your mic is very bassy and saturated. Yeah, okay. Sort of have it set it to be somewhat bassy. I hope it's not too off-putting there. But thank you, Damien. You have, like I say, you have several things going on in the Soviet Union that this really causes problems. One, the purges. The purges cause huge problems within the Soviet Union, Stalin's purges of officers. And they hit, there's 2 or 3, I'm sorry, I don't know all the details, in the Army, main purges, but there's also one for the Navy and one for the Air Force as well. So you have that going on. And so that one, of course, removes huge amounts of experienced leadership. I almost said trained. Well, some of them are trained, but experienced leadership from the leadership pool, but paralyzes the rest who remain. They are afraid, literally, for their lives to do anything. Do you train your soldiers an extra day? Well, that's wasting supplies. Do you not train your soldiers? Well, that's dereliction of duty. And so they're afraid to literally do anything or not to do something. And you have the whole commissar structure that is parallel to the military command structure that is, there for various reasons, partially, heavily, to make sure the loyalty of your officer corps, but also for ideological reasons and training and whatnot. So it's, you got to work with the guy who one whisper from this guy gets you killed or sent off to the gulags. So these very large formations, you have officers that are paralyzed, you have too few of them, and then you go into the Winter War in Finland, and you have complete and total disaster. You have, in essence, too much moving down, too little of infrastructure, in a situation in which if you literally don't get heat, you die. And so it's not like summer where, oh, hey, you can go 5 days without food and still survive. I mean, you're not maybe doing well, but you can survive. 5 days without food and freezing cold, and do you have time and the ability to make a fire? I guess you can, burning down green trees, growing trees, isn't the easiest thing in the world. I'm not an expert on that, but most firewood you see, you often let it sit for a year. You cut down a tree, and you let it, you chop it into sections, and you let it sit for a year to dry out before you use it as firewood. So going into the, finished forest and just cutting down trees, if you don't have like gasoline or some fuel sort of starter, it's not easy just to start a fire. So you have large numbers of troops, and you can't just easily do this thing. So of course you have the disasters of the Winter War. Well, all of this showed to the these big formations, partially shown in the Winter War, are very inflexible. Partially just because if you're moving down even we'll call it a regular road in Russia at the time. And be very, I try to use the right term for what I'm talking about. Russia, the landmass, the Soviet Union for the political entity. So I will jump around, but I'm trying to be, I try to define and use my words carefully and things like that. So, what you consider regular roads in Russia, well, you get, a lot of stuff moving down a road, which, not just the troops marching down it, whether it's trucks or wagons, where is their food coming down it, and where's the ammunition and the artillery. And so you have large formations trying to maneuver around. You have literal sort of traffic problems. So they start, especially things like divisions and brigades, remove things like brigades from divisions or battalions from brigades, but also shrinking the size of these units as well. So just keep that in mind whenever you're looking at any of these, a German 71st Infantry Division versus the 42nd Guard or the 13th Guard Rifle Division. Those two are not similar strength forces when they're sort of set up and ready to go. Now, by the time you've been, meat grinder in the middle of Stalingrad for a while, and a fresh incoming Soviet unit, they very well may start out at the same size. I just sort of want to sort of paint that picture of the shifting and changing of forces whenever you read these things. Right. So we're going to get into the game, and I hope people enjoy my historical chats while we play these games and trying to draw the picture. And that's what I love about these war games, is that it's not just a game, can you succeed or fail? It's tying it into history. So we're starting out with the Axis turn. I have played like the first 2 turns of this game, but that is it. So I don't know how well I'll do. Basically, none of my units, and you can click here if you haven't played, and you click on a hex and you can see what either can be seen or seen by from that hex. So basically none of the units as we are now can be seen by the enemy. Now we have 3 artillery barrages. Now we can identify, I presume because of somebody sort of scouting out where all the enemy locations are. There is no fog of war in this. So, they see groups and we know what's going on. Got their mortars over here. There can be a problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is the command phase. Got 3 artillery missions. Not letting me strike there. Okay, well, I guess we can't see it well enough to call in artillery barrages. So I'm not going to start with a artillery barrage. Okay, turn that off. Okay, so we're going to do nothing in the command phase. But we have the squad there. Or platoon there. These are each rifle squads. That's our mortar unit. And such. Now, right, okay, so for our fire phase, okay, so let's move to the fire phase. There. Okay, well, as you can see here, our mortars, since we're using the German 50 millimeter, 5 centimeter little mortar, does not have as much range. Where I think the Soviets, I forget what it was that they have range on us. So we're going to need to move these guys closer, but we need to keep them out of a building so that they can operate. I want to look for a path to get to. We come to here. We come right to here. Well, at this time, they can't. That might be close enough. Let's get back at it. Oh shit. Oh well. Oh fuck. Well, we're going to start over. It's really easy to do since this is the first turn. It didn't. I dislike that. Okay, railway station. Okay, yeah, it's with the mortar type, and we're still in the fire phase. it was going to fire it instead of off-click it. So, okay, so we're not going to fire, we're going to move. So let's move to the movement phase. Because I want to move these guys, I don't want to mess up shooting them. All right, well, again, let's come over here. We can see here, we can move along here. We start getting in line of fire from there, but we'll be in buildings. So I think we'll move up here. Yeah, I think that'll be these guys we can move up into here. Right, okay, so let's take off the I'm gonna just move to here because they're going to get defensive fire, and again, we're here. They can shoot at us, but we're behind the wall, so we have somewhat level of cover. Hopefully enough not to be. Got it. All the here. And maybe assault movement would be better, but I want to get to here. Now. And the librarian is here. Thank you for being a subscriber. We really do appreciate that. Love that name. Love the name. Okay, so we've got I do, like I said, I played the first couple of turns out. I think that's where their anti-tank rifles are. So we're going to move our tanks up just one at a time. Go to here. Okay, if we go to here, they can see us, so we just want to go to there. Off that. Okay, so we're just going to go to there. Oh, what's shooting at us? Okay, missed. Maybe there's another anti-tank. I don't know. But that's as far forward as I want to go at the moment. I don't want to be, you know, they have better range on. Oh, okay, die roll, hit. Ooh, no damage, very good. Well, we're going to take this, and then we're going to turn that way, turn up this way, and that's going to be it for our movement. Our tanks to come up fire support. Hello, Hannibal Bonaparte. How you doing? Have dedicated volume sliders for vehicles. Yeah, I'm turning down my audio that I'm hearing, partially so it doesn't bleed over into you. And I wish it did have keyboard shortcuts. Sure. Turn on, turn effects on and off. Yeah, we have that, but maybe I have to get out of this scenario. I've gone in and I could turn the sound effects off entirely, but I have it on the lowest audio volume setting right now as it is. For the effects in the game. So I agree with you. There are some sliders, but I have it turned to the lowest, and tanks are loud. Sorry about that. That is, in my opinion, a failing of the game. Okay, I want to see what can see from here and from here. Not a lot. So I know they can see me over here. That's moderately far away. So They can see me from there. Okay. Oop, god damn. Well, those that can still move are going to move into here. Okay, and now anything that moves through these hexes will be considered fired at, and you'll get a roll on it. So we're going to move up to here. So these guys are going to take that information, and we're definitely not going to that square. We're going to move into here, or advance beyond that. I really wasn't paying attention from up there. I'll adjust the volume on my end when you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, well, so we don't want to be here because we'll be under fire from there. So let's move this mortar crew here. Okay, so far nothing can really see them there. That's good. I think we'll do that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know. That, and also I couldn't for the life of me, literally I couldn't, and I looked around for, what is it, Combat Mission Vietnam, or whatever it's called. I like the game. It's old graphics and, an older, it's a new game just out, but it's with the older engine. And I like it, but I could not find, and I don't know if there's a newer build of it, but it was a pre-release build that I was playing. I could not find where to adjust the audio. So there very well may be an audio adjustment on that game, but I couldn't find it. So it's obscure enough, whatever it is, that I can't find it. So yeah, that's something. So I just have to either turn my system audio down, which I don't want to do for just one game. Okay, now the enemy gets defensive fire. So if they haven't already, because they're shooting the mortars at my tanks here. Okay, they're pinning these guys down. Oh, that's an excellent roll on those casualties. Okay, now we're in the advance phase. So what we're going to do is these guys are going to advance to here, and these guys are going to advance, at least the ones that can, are going to advance up to here, because we want to come here and take that. Don't think I'm going to advance either one of these units here. We're going to try to use some firepower to deal with them. Allied turn. They've used their off-map mortar barrage and radically missing. Well, they hit there. Somebody's pinned. I think they had 4 of them. Okay, this is their on-map. That ain't going to do any damage. Basically, 12s are immune to most things, but that... no damage. Very good. Pinned, alright. I'm shooting at these guys that were pinned. That's probably not going to do anything. Soviet mortars are ineffective when used against German tanks. Well, that's very good to hear. Depending on the caliber of the mortars, probably mortars shouldn't be terribly effective against tanks. Okay, so now we're on defensive fire. So now what I'm going to do here is, since, okay, yeah. Let's click here and unselect one of these mortar units. You only want to really fire one at it. if you fire them both at the same time, they don't seem to do, with most of the stacks, do any more damage if they hit, but it's the same roll to hit or miss. You don't get like two rolls. So even if you're going to select or target the same unit, you want to fire one at a time. So if you, and I've thought about trying to split them up, and that isn't a bad idea, because by doing this, this guy is only getting the command of the command minus to the roll or the one that we're shooting, just so if you don't accidentally. But we're going to shoot this unit out in the open to hopefully do more damage. Just pinned, it looks like. Okay. Oh, casualties 1. Very good. And I'm going to oh, it's not letting me shoot from here. Okay, well, okay, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to click off. We can fire up there. Yeah, nothing. I didn't expect so. I want to silence that AT gun. That ain't going to do any good either. So, but I didn't need to shoot at this unit if it was heavily. We were going to shoot anyways at those tanks. Okay, so we missed there. Now here we have this target, so we're only firing with one squad, not the machine gun, but oh, they got pinned, which is all. Oh well, not bad, but not what we were hoping for. Yeah. Nah, that ain't gonna be good. Or terribly useful. These guys will have their machine gun, but a bad die roll. Oh. So that is it. And now they get their advanced phase. I think they're going to move maybe into that building or that building. I'm not sure which. Their assault phase. They rally. Oh, our turn. Oh, they didn't move. Okay, how interesting. Axis turn, and we are rallying up. Good. Good. Now we are in our fire phase. Oh no, we're in the command phase. So let's see. Can we? Okay, we can hit some more units, but we still can't hit those. I was hoping to silence the mortars, so we're going to go to fire phase without doing that. Right. Got to push a little bit further forward, it appears. These guys here, well, oh, we're in the fire. Getting ready to move on this position here. Good, casualties. Here again, I want to try to silence their anti-tank gun. Missing. I think we should still have it. I know I turned it off. Was show objectives. There we go. We can see. We need to get 2 of these 3. Now we can get all 3 and get a decisive victory. Yeah, I'm getting very bad die rolls. Yeah, better luck. That would be nice. Okay. Now here again, let's deselect them. Not let me target these guys for some reason. Not sure. Well, you know, let's see what we can do with that. Anti-tank rifle, pinned. Somebody there's pinned. And that's it. Firing this turn. Now we're going to move these guys here, but we're going to do it as assault movement. Get into cover. I was hoping to get a second move, but oh well. Assault move, because we're going to get stacked up into there. Now, wondering who could fire. Several people could fire there. Only he can fire here. They can fire if I move out into here. So I want to silence some of these before, but they don't need to stay here. So let's get these guys, and we're going to assault move to here. And that's going to be it. So now they'll get their defensive. Oh, I should have done that. I made a mistake. I should have done that movement as an advance. Oh, they got immobilized from mortars? Okay. And destroyed from... Oh, they're abandoned. Okay, well. Well, mortars can do something. At least these mortars could. Okay, yeah. Assault. Well, we're not going to... These guys are going to move forward. And that is going to be it. Now we are really sort of where we wanted to be. Yeah, I like it. The die rolls turn heavily on this game. So your strategy is important. But if you just get bad die roll, it's not like you can have a bad die roll and like do half damage or something. It's just, and yeah, snake eyes or a 3, you can do a lot of damage and pin the rest of the unit, certainly. So there are, benefits to better die rolls, but to an extent, it's just the same. And so your casualty setup. Okay, so they're going to move. Maybe not. Okay, took no action, so now we have our defensive fire. Like I say, I want to silence that AT gun, but no. My gunners just are not performing well today. Let's see if we can... Where there? And some casualties, so good. Six. Ooh, pinned and casualties, good. I think these guys can only shoot over here, which is fine. Big casualties. Yes, okay, so they just have an officer left here. I don't know if he'll retreat further into the building or not. That's all of our units fired. So let's give them their assault. He could assault there deeper. Okay, they moved into there. Not surprised by that. Axis turn. Right, okay. Well, I'm going to use one of my artillery barrages. Oh, well, we can also hit the mortar there now. Okay, so we're going to use one of my artillery barrages here. Take that. And there we go. And it missed wildly. Okay. And destroyed. Very good. Destroyed that mortar unit. Excellent, excellent. That's what I wanted to do. With that, at least. Okay, so fire phase. Again, we are still getting ready to assault here. That probably is going to do nothing, yeah. Let's select him. Missed, and we're going to take another one. Because I really... Oh, good. So I wanted to get across here without any fire. Now these guys are all pinned over here, but these guys are sort of just come out in here, so we're going to... Maybe we can... Oh, that's a really good roll, finally. Yes, pinned casualties. Well, let's see if we can do them in. Yes, good. So he's just down to his, whether that's a sergeant or corporal, not quite sure. Just down to him, and over here... well, we'll start with this one back here. He did not fall back. Ooh. Destroyed. Okay, well, he's destroyed, so now we have to get in and see about assaulting these guys. Let's take a look. If we look here, okay, if we come all the way down here and to here, okay, only they can shoot at me. Okay, so if we try to move in this way, that could be good. Okay. Yeah, movement. Base. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to assault move here. These guys, assault move. If we move now, they'll get their defensive fire and quite possibly a... at least a defense fire, maybe move into the range reaction fire. So we're not going to do that because I don't think any enemies can see me where we are now, and we can do the assault phase later. So yeah, click off. So that's as far as I wanted to move, and come up with that. Okay, that's looking like the thing. Give their defensive fire. You're still shooting at my tanks, which is good and bad. If they're doing no damage, it's good, because they're not doing any damage and it's allowing my other units to move around. Okay. We have the grenades, we got the leadership, we're there. Now they'll be able to attack us, but so much. I want to see here. Who can see me here? Nobody really. Okay, so... well, no, I think we're gonna bolt down this way. Head that path. Right now here, I'm curious. Okay, who can see me? We kill that unit. We can move a unit around that way maybe, and yeah, okay. We'll give them their command. Please. Hello. Pocket dog? Pokey T-Dog? Could you have moved in and then assaulted the unit? Yes, I could have moved in and assaulted, but it would have given them one fire at the defensive fire phase. So, see, they're going to fire now anyways, and fortunately they missed, so they didn't do any damage. I was worried that if I moved in then they do the defensive fire. Then what shape were the forces going to be in the assault phase? That might have been good, but might not. Okay, now we have defensive fire. These guys can't shoot anybody but these guys. We can do this. I may use up my grenades, but they got casualties anyway, so that'll be useful. And remember to deselect one. I'm gonna no. Deselect all of these. We're gonna fire here again. He's just this whole time missing. Don't know if it's just completely bad luck or what. It's got to be, yeah. But okay, well, the other one we will put the fire here. Do you have any guess the enemy's field of view? Well, yes. I can show you in just a moment when one of my turns comes up. Can you check enemies? Field of yes, I will. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're saying yes, you can. So yeah, you can check the field of view. Okay, so axis defensive fire here. So simply by clicking the binoculars and just clicking on any hex. If I click this hex here, it shows me the field of view from this hex. And obviously, and I don't want to do it right now because it'll fire, but if I click on any hex, including the one that the enemy has, it'll show me its field of fire. So, yeah, let's see. Do we want to? Yeah, I think we will put some sort of concentration fire there. Pinned, good. Here, we just another officer type unit, and who is going to get lucky and not have anything happen to them. Okay, so that is it for our defensive fire this turn. Hello, Elite. I don't know what's that. Elite Me. All right, Elite Mega Pro, I guess is what that is. Mega Pro, Elite Mega Pro. Sorry, without spaces, I have trouble reading some names. Okay, advance and assault phase. They get to do their thing. So yeah, so we can always see what they would have a we still can't fire there. I'm saving this. Let's just go on. Not that I don't know if we needed to save it, but yeah, because if we get rid of this damn anti-tank rifle, I will have a lot more freedom of action. I mean, it's not that I'm shooting at a hard target to hit. I'm just rolling, 10s, 11s, 12s. So I wouldn't have hit it no matter where it was. It wasn't bad charts. It's just way out here anyway. Even if I moved up close and shot him in the face, kind of thing. Okay, missed. The other one. Missed. These guys can't see anything to shoot at. Over here. They're destroyed. Okay, so now they have an objective hex that is unprotected. Good. No, the tank is not immobilized. I just haven't choose to move it. Yeah, there's Pokey is saying, it would have an immobilized symbol. And destroyed. Okay, so we took out them. I just haven't. These units do have anti-tank grenades, so I don't want to move too close to them, just as a precaution. I'd rather, and I'm not that far away, so I don't think any of my die rolls, really would have hit. Now here, I think we're just going to shoot at them. We're good enough. We're close enough. Instead of trying to do a close-in assault. Nope. Should have done a close-in assault. Okay, we're going to move these guys up anyways. And you can't, I could have unselected like that the grenades for that earlier fire on them and saved the grenades for the assault. Probably would have been a better choice. I just didn't think well enough in advance to do that. Okay, so now to movement phase. Okay, so now we can do movement. Okay, these guys, we're going to assault move, just in case anybody. And that'll be it. We're not going to move any further on movement phase. AI defensive fire. Again, that's attracting all their, which I'm sort of glad because those mortars would be wearing down these other units. Whew. Another lucky die roll. If they weren't constantly firing at the tanks. Okay, now we have our assault phase. So I'm just going to check, but I don't think this hex is going to, can't be seen by anything from there. So these guys here are going to, well, I could, no. These guys, so now we have 2 units there. What can see here? Nothing right now. Okay, so that platoon's going to assault there. Okay, that looks good for the moment. Yeah, and so, yeah, so far I'm doing great with the mortars, just concentrating there. Yes, and please do. You see the link to our Slithering Discord channel? You can join it. I just got, Discord had been down, but I checked just shortly before the stream. So it's up. You can join the Discord channel. Now let's see what the AI is going to do now that this is... Okay, well, they're not even moving any one of these units that way. Okay, defensive fire. Okay, that's destroyed. No point in shooting that. Here again, we're going to... See, 10. I mean, yeah, I guess theoretically if I moved up super close to it, but then again, they might kill me with their anti-tank rifle. So I'm, being cautious with that. My mortars have been pathetic too. Oh, I should have shot these guys. Yeah, whatever. I don't know that they... Okay. I don't know that they would have been able to... Okay, well... this is where I would want to put that last bit of artillery, but, well... Let's just drop it here. And it misses wildly. Okay. Right, fire phase. Well, we're gonna keep shooting. Ooh, well, they're pinned and they have some casualties. Good. And the other one. Okay, missed. No, I can't really fire at anything. Let's look here. What can... Okay, they can... If I move out of here, these guys can shoot me. So I don't see a good reason to move out of here right now. Sort of pinning some of these forces. Well, what can we see from there? Here. Well, yeah, next phase is movement phase. Okay, movement phase. What I'm going to do is just take one squad here. We're going to move to here, to here. Oh, we can't quite get to there. Okay, we can advance in, no problem. Right. Now here, we're going to move to here, yay! And again, I don't see a great need to move out. Here, we got the turns, I think, to do this. And I want to look to see here. Okay, they can see me if I go to there, but they can't see me here. They see me here. Yeah. No, I think I'll be cautious. I think I'll be cautious. So you're just leaving the tank there and open. Well, it's doing, yeah, it's right here. I do believe is where they're, if it's still alive, is their PTRD 41, their anti-tank rifle. I'm a little afraid if I give it the side of my tank, which would be thinner armor, I presume. I don't know how detailed the mechanics are, though I do know facing matters for tanks. I don't off the top of my head know, and there's obviously weaker and stronger positions, but just the exact penetration of a PTRD at this range within this game versus the front of my armor. But I'm facing it front armor. I'm blasting it with a what should be a 75 millimeter high explosive round and some machine gun rounds at this range. They both should have the range, so both firing should be here. So we are suppressing it. I don't want to give it my flank. I don't see another target. Obviously, we are sort of keeping anything coming across the open here. We are keeping units from coming across the open here. So it's in a pretty good position. I would be doing fancier movements if I had my second tank. I don't want to lose this one to this. And like you say, the mortars aren't really doing it. I think it was just an extremely good die roll that got, well, it got immobilized. And then I think it gets hit again, and so it gets abandoned. I think it's more of a morale issue as why that was happened. And I can definitely see mortars messing up the tracks and whatnot enough to immobilize it. So yeah, I think we're good here with this. AI defensive fire. They get to shoot their mortar. No damage. Okay, now I am going to, because they won't get a defensive fire, but I don't know how many movement points here. I'm going to move here because we will be behind this wall, because then we can then sort of rush this position. From here, they can't see me, so I can move regular movement, I think, and get there. What can see here? Well, these guys way over there. That's no problem. Okay. Not saying they won't shoot me, not saying they can't hurt me, but we'll just do an assault movement into there. Yeah, I think that's good. Hello, Mirror Man. How you doing? Top turret hit whilst requiring a huge amount of luck from the mortar. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, a direct hit. Yeah, with a lot of tanks, you know, the 50 millimeter mortars on what I don't know. Oh, there's the assault moved across here, so they're coming in for some close in. Oh, what happened to my tank? Did they actually? I wasn't paying attention. Damn, took my tank out. Oh, wow. Okay. Defensive fire here. No, they can't see anything over here. Oh shit. Okay, well, and they can't either. Well, fortunately, these guys are in decent position, but yeah, oh man. Yeah, that tank was keeping them in position. What? I was looking at the chat. Bad luck. Yeah, lucky direct hit. Was that it? What it was? Okay, well. Okay, get rid of that. Oh shit. So what I hate about this goddamn thing, the mortars they fired. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Especially on my own troops. No, they can shoot. Okay, so you shoot. Defensive fire, put in some. Ooh. Destroyed. Okay. Well, so right now, even if they retake here in the south. Oh, and for some reason this happens. There we go. Now we're better. So even if they retake this, they've just lost all this up here. And we're going to rapidly move and get into there. Yeah, they can sort of see through there, but if we do assault movements, yeah, they're not coming across here. Nope. Nope. Yep, they might be able to retake this, but they've just lost the center. Yeah, it kept my infantry alive and functioning. Yeah, as mortar as a target practice. Yep, certainly did. Now they get to do their assault movement. Yep, they're coming in next to me. That's pretty smart of them. This part of it is not the rest. Okay. I don't really think there's any command phase work to do. You can, of course, split up squads and things like that. Which, you know, if you, because right now we have the weaker squad using the LMG here. And if you were going to like say, hey, we're going to leave an LMG or a, you know, a lighter or heavier machine gun with just one squad, because a full squad or whatever, I don't know, these are platoon. I'm taking these to be proper squads because German platoons had one MG34 to them as standard. So if you keep a full squad, yeah, they add their rifle firepower into it. But if you're sort of long enough ranges, the only effective thing is the MG. So you might as well go down to a half squad and leave the MG somewhere like controlling along the open thing, and then move the rest of the unit around for a closer assault if you want to split that up. So there are things to do in the command phase. Just gotta sort of be careful with that. Right. Okay. Fire phase. Okay, so these guys are way too far away to do anything, and all right, so we're not going to shoot them. But way out here, now here, they can't see. Let's just look. So no, they can't see anything now that they moved into the building. Right, okay. So what we're going to do here is we got these guys. They have some grenades, MGs. So we're going to shoot them and give them some casualties. Now, here we've used up our grenades. We're a little bit weaker, but I'm going to concentrate on one force here and have bad die rolls on either one. So that is not looking good, but that will be it for our shooting. Now, movement phase. Right, so these guys here, we're going to move over that wall, move through here, and move into here. These guys, well, hold on. Okay, these over here, they can be seen from everybody, but this is our sort of last turn here. So what we're going to do, we'd like to win. Let's turn off the... Can't quite make it. Okay, well. And these guys can. Okay. Right. Just to get the mortars a bit closer. Let's look. Is this anybody's field of fire? No. Not that there's going to be a turn for them to do anything, but we'll move them to there. Here, the way this is set up, they can either double team me on this guy or an attack and attack each one individually. That might be able to take me out with their assault, but we will see how that goes. For at least temporarily, we're holding all three objectives. They get their defensive fire now, which I'm sure they will use here. Casualties, yeah. Not surprised. That big stack is actually splitting its attacks between multiple things. Ooh. Well, yep, they're destroyed. Okay, so advance and assault. I guess, yeah, we could have come in with that assault, that's right. We'll get you out of the open just in case the mortars are deciding to do something, and these guys are going to die in place. But we'll hold these two. Remember, we got to have 2 out of the 3 to win. And they probably are going to kill this. I just didn't see a good option here. I guess they could have run away. Yeah. There, yeah. They're trying to come across, doing whatever they can. Okay, we get our defensive fire. Now they can't hit anything, but these guys can. And miss. These guys, well, they can shoot here, so let's do 2 mortar barrages. Air rolls. Yeah. I don't know. It definitely feels to me that as a player, now it definitely feels to me as a player that the AI gets better die rolls. And I played a bunch of this, not all the scenarios, not everything. Be looking at another one here in just a moment after this one. Yeah, I know die rolls are random, I know, but it certainly damn well seems that way. And I will tend to continue to believe that it's pure random. It's not. Yep, figured that was going to happen. Either the first or the second one was going to take that one. Okay, so we have a major victory. They lost slightly more than we did. I might have been able to save that one squad by running out of that building. But, oh well. Human nature to think it cheats. Well, it's also human nature to